Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Knowledge webinar, Smart Urban Design with 3D City Planner. Join us for a webinar exploring the comprehensive design and analysis tools in 3D City Planner. Discover how to use 2D and 3D GIS data in an online environment and create urban designs with parametric tools. Also, you'll find out how to collaborate on projects, share plans, experience your creation through immersive 3D walkthrough, and so much more. Today's webinar presenter and Dullemond is a software architect at StrateGis, specializes in developing innovative tools for urban planning, such as 3D City Planner. So is the right person for today's presentation, and we want him here because at the end of the presentation, you can ask him all the questions live. And now let me show you a little bit, tell you a little bit about Knowledge. Knowledge is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, best advice, and faster service. This is the catalog page where you can find 3D City Planners, and you can call. I'm reminding you that you can call us anytime, and we're here for you. And now, without further ado, I'll switch to end screen. Let's see, it will take a second. Here we go. We can see your screen and we can see 3D City Planner, and take it away.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Barbara. Welcome to you all. My name is Dullemond from the company StrateGis in the Netherlands. I'm proud to present to the US audience. In the Netherlands, it's now 8 o'clock in the evening, or 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's a bit different in the time, but that's no problem. Good morning to you all. Well, my name is Dullemond. I'm the founder of the company StrateGis in 2006. So in the past 20 years, almost 20 years, we have developed a lot of different GIS tools for urban development. And in the recent years, the last 5-6 years, we have developed the 3D City Planner, and the 3D City Planner is an online design platform for urban developers, for architects, for city planners all over the world. And I'm going to give you a tour of this software and show you all the an overview of all the possibilities. And afterwards, we have some time to answer questions, of course. So what you see here is a map, just a base map, and you can choose whichever base map you want, a satellite map, or in this case, normal base map. And we can use it everywhere around the world. And there's an option to add your own data, your own GIS data to the system. So, well, let's just, for example, if we go to Boston, then zoom in, and what we have here is, in this case, two layers, layer with buildings, and an example of an GIS data set from the US Environmental Department. So what you see here is a map with all areas with a walkability index. So it's just an example of a map, and a lot of other maps you can choose from, like information about employment, or land use. So just examples of different kind of GIS data you can use. And also there's an option to add your own data. And this is for people who have some experience in GIS data. Here you see a link to ArcGIS, Esri software, and this Esri link, you can choose the URL, then make a connection, choose what kind of map you want to use, and then it adds to the system. It's a bit like QGIS or other software projects. So that's a part of it. We have a lot of other data sets. In this case, you see buildings, and also for the buildings, we have some background information like the height, and in some cases, the type of building. And we can use these buildings for our urban development plans. Later on, I will show you how to design new areas, new buildings. We have a lot of different options for that purpose, but let me start with other interesting layers. So this is the simple 3D building layer. And the other layer is Google data. It's a 3D mesh, and this, in this case, the source is from Google, but you can also use your own mesh data. We work in some project with companies who gather the information with LiDAR data, with drones or streetcars, and with that data we can create very detailed 3D meshes from all around the world. And in some cases, it's very handy to have a more photorealistic background information for projects. There are other informations like for the New York area, we have some information about taxes. If I go to New York and zoom into a specific area, then the system will load parcel information. And if I click on that information, you see a lot of information about taxes and type of company, the owner of the property, etc. So this is also information you can use for project. And it's example data. So this data comes from the New York City municipality. And for other cities, you can add data from that place. So that's information about GIS data. Then we have more information about, for example, public transit. And we can also show a legend. So here you can see what kind of transit it is, like a metro, buses or tram. So a lot of information that in some cases is necessary for before you start designing a project, you can use. And well, streetlights also. Another option is to use different styles or colors based on data available in the data set. So we have well, created a style, and this style is based on the data in this 3D building. So if it's a residence, it's yellow. If it's a commerce area or building, it's kind of blue. And also these styles you can edit yourself, change it. You can use, for for example, the height to use it as a style. And well, it's up to you to use it or not, or restyle it, but it may come in handy. So this is the part with all the data layers. In the Netherlands situation, we have like 150 basic layers for the whole country. Well, the Netherlands is a small country, so it's more easy for a small country to have all the data in a central database. But we use it a lot for urban development projects. Real estate developer use the software. Urban developers are using it because all the information from all the different sources you can join in one interface, in one set. So that's one part. The other part is bookmarks, and bookmarks come in handy if you want to share what you have on the screen with others. So, well, let's go to Washington, D.C., for example. I have a Google data set to Google Mesh from a specific point of view. And this you can share this bookmark with others with this link. And the good part of it is that the user of the link doesn't have to use a license, doesn't have to own a license of the 3D Cityplanner, but it's limited. So you can't edit, you can't add your own data, but you can use it as a viewer. So that will work very well if you want to share your urban plans or your building you just designed with someone from the government, from the municipality or a colleague. So that are the bookmarks. These are the different layers you can use. With this little cross you can close all the layers. And now for the a little bit more impressive part, it's the part we can start with a design. So it's a bit like a SketchUp, but the good thing is you have the context. You have all the information of the surroundings. You can. It's not file-based, so it works everywhere you want. You don't have to load in a specific data set because it's all connected. And now I can start with a new project. Just use the plus sign. I create a project, and now you see the existing buildings appearing in the screen, and we can choose a specific area with or without any buildings. Well, let's say we want to start a project in this area. Now I can start with adding the points to create a nice polygon. And now the system asks, do you want to demolish the buildings? So the system detects there are, in this case, 3 buildings. And if we go to the project statistics, we can see immediately how much square foot we have to demolish if we want to demolish it all. So in this case, 244,000 square feet, because it's quite a big building here. You can easily change the polygon if you want. And in this polygon, we can create a new project and make my screen a little bit wider. Here you can see the different options. So you have the project area, a sub area, so you can divide a project in different sub areas. with real estate. So you can add a different kind of real estate, like housing or agriculture, business, offices, or parking places. You can add 3D models, so you don't design it yourself, but you can use it from a existing SketchUp model, for example. You can add well, street lights, traffic lights, trees, wind turbines. But let's start with an apartment block. So we want to change this building. Well, let's say it's an old building. We want to change it with a new building. And we just zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's the Embassy of Qatar. Didn't know that. But let's say we want to build a new building here. Well, now we have a little bit just for the idea. It's a simple building. Just I add some more floors, so then you can see there what's the impact of the building. If you look at the shadow from this building, I can show it here. So this also works directly. This is the most simple way to create a building, but you can also divide this building into different areas. So you can make like a gallery or a corridor building. And in this building, you have we have divided it in specific apartments, but you can add your own a type of apartment, like a private rent or social rent. You can change the grid size. So you can say, well, we want smaller social rent and we want bigger private rent. Quite easy. You can change it afterwards. You can change the size of the building. And in this menu, you can see all the different aspects we have calculated for this building: 507 apartments, the square footage, the total footage, but also financial calculation. So, well, it's not necessary in all cases to start with the financial calculation, but it's also a possibility to use that. And for example, parking spaces. So this building needs 507 parking spots or places. And if we want to generate it automatically, I can choose the parking demand per dwelling. So we can say one per dwelling or a half per dwelling, and then you see the result here. But we can also build underground parking. So let's say we want underground parking, and now you can see this slider fills up to 72%. And here we have one area underneath the floor with the parking spots. You can also add another floor, and now we have more than enough. But if we need more parking spots per dwelling, then you can see the result here also. So that's one option. The other option to fill or to create a project is if we use the lot generator. So we have this this area, and if we use the generate button, it automatically generates just an example of a lot variant or a scheme. And with this slider, you can choose different fillings. If you're not satisfied with this fillings, you can change it afterwards, or you can change the parameters. So we have a lot of different layouts. You can choose different buildings, of type of buildings. You can add in these buildings, you can add other functions like retail or offices. Also the parking standards, you can change the infrastructure, and we can, well, let me give an example. If you want to create more parking spots, not underneath the ground floor, but on the main floor, you can use the slider, and then it changes lots into parking spots. And in these parking spots, well, we can fit 100 spaces in this one, so we can add more if we want. So now we have this design. Well, it's not really design, it's more a mass study. We can change the look and feel of it. So we can use a texture to change the appearances. We have different textures for that purpose. It's also an option to change the texture per building. So you can, well, make it as beautiful as you want. And well, let me let me show you a nice feature. If we use the shadow of the day and time slider, then at night you get a little bit more feeling of the how it will look at night. We also have the street lights, of course. And there's an option to walk around with this option. But before that, I will show you another option. So the system just generated this layout. And like I said, if you not if you want to change it, it's easy to change it. Of course, you can use this button, and then afterwards you can move the roads to a specific location, and the whole system regenerates a new layout. But that's not all. Another option, if you have a look at this profile here, you can also change the profile. So we have a lane with asphalt road, a green area, and the sidewalk. But if we want to add more green, we can change the width of the green area. But we can also use this for the asphalt road. And you can see that all the buildings are, the location of the buildings are changing because of the change of the width of the road. So it's a very flexible system, and you can also change the road into a curved road if you want. So, and now that we have a nice road, we can use this option, the walk around option. And the walk around option is used for, well, it's nice to have a look from this point of view, of course, but it's also very handy to use it for specific side view. So if you want a point of view from this area of this direction, well, you just walk to a specific point of view let's go to here, and let's say you want this, you think this is a nice view, then you can go to this option and you can say I want to create an export, high-res picture, 300 dpi if you want. And you can also change the way it appears, so you can add your own project information. So this is an export function. And that's not all. There's also other options to make an export. So let's go to the top view. If we go to this menu, here we have an export to CSV file, so for Excel, for all the square meters of roads, green area, buildings, etc. You can export to an Excel file. But it's also a possibility to export the file to a shape file, so we can use it in a GIS project, a program, KML. It's a native format for Google Earth. An image print I just showed you, and I guess this can be quite handy for more technical viewers. It's a GLTF or a GLB model. So if I choose this export, then you can see here the export. It's a GLB file, and this one you can open in, well, for example, the 3D viewer. And now you have the project in this program. And GLB is a great format to use in other 3D programs like Blender or even SketchUp. So that wasn't all. We have also the option to import a custom 3D model. So it's not a dynamic model, but it's custom, and we can upload also a GLB file, and then we can say, well, this building was created in SketchUp, exported to GLB format, imported here. And it's also an option to import models with well, textures, etc. Well, that's also, I guess this is a bit of an overview of all the options. Maybe it's good to go to you, and maybe you have specific questions, and I can show you in the 3D planner how it works. Are there any questions for this moment?
Not at the moment, but I have a question. So you can import your 3D models from any software you have, from any, like you mentioned SketchUp, what else?
Well, it's the format GLB is an exchange format. So from most packages like AutoCAD or Revit or Blender or whatever 3D package you're using, in most cases it's possible to export it to the GLB format, and if not, then you can use an online converter to convert it to GLB, and then you can import it in the 3D Cityplanner.
Perfect, because we have a lot of SketchUp users, a lot of Revit, so they'll be very happy to know. And yeah, no other questions so far, but say goodbye to boring 2D urban design planning. This looks amazing. Great.
Thank you very much. Well, I can't see the attendees, but you say there are no questions at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
So let me show you some other options. So this is the now we have two part, the 3D GIS part and the project creation part. Here you see all the results of what you have created. There's also option to export it to dashboards. And in this menu, there are some more options. So you can change the base map. Well, it's quite simple. You can change the height scale, but this option can also be interesting. If I change to the normal base map again, if I use the travel time option, I can select a specific point, and now you have direct insight in the travel time. It's an isochrone, it's called. So this is the 3 minutes driving time. This is 7 minutes, but it's also by car, but also for cycling or walking. And you can change it for travel time of travel distance. So these are can be very interesting option if you are working on an urban development plan. We have the point information, but I'm not sure. I use the US account. There are not much data layers available in this area. But, well, for example, you can see how many housing units are within the area, in this case, almost 1,800. So that's a drill result. And if I can show you the Dutch version. And if I use the drill option here, so the account has a little bit more data layers. So now it's gathering all the information from this specific location. And now you have a lot of results, like I have to translate it, like a green area in the neighborhood, noise hindrance. So if I use this button, then now it loads the noise hindrance map. If I zoom out, you have to reload it again. So one moment. But other options are the zoning, zoning information, number of trees, how many square meters of water or green is in the area nearby this push pin. What is the property value? Information about energy. So this maybe this is a little bit interesting. Maybe also for the US situations, the heat island effect. So it is an indication of how what the temperature in a specific area is, and we have to wait until it's fully loaded. So in the city area, it's there are less trees, less green areas, so it's much more warm in this area than in this area. So let's go back to the US map. If we or the user add more information to the system, like I said, it's quite easy to add local information from specific municipalities. Then you can add the analyze tools also, and then you have a lot more information to use in your research. Well, there are more options. Let's reset this. Another option is if I load this project again. Another option is to use the option for one moment, the noise hindrance. So I can make a noise hindrance analysis. So near roads or highways, if you start building near those roads, then there's more noise hindrance. If it's farther away, it's less. And this analysis works for all places around the world, but you have to define some parameters. So I can show you later on. First, we start with the analysis. So this is the current situation, and now we have the new situation. So this is the project I just created. And well, it will take some time, but not too much time, almost, I guess, 1 or 2 minutes in some cases. It depends on the number of roads near the site. So, well, 48 seconds, I think it's quite fast. So this is the current situation, this is the new situation, and it's not extremely big impact, but well, maybe I can give a better example. But what we see here is the building that we demolished. Well, there is a big difference in the noise hindrance, but you can also see that behind this building, the noise hindrance is 54 dB, and in front of it, it's 77 dB. This is the noise barrier factor of this building is quite big, so it helps to get a better environment behind the building. And here you can see that the noise from this road well, tries to go within through the buildings. So here are the levels a little bit higher, 60, 61, 62, 63. So, and I can also change the design and make a new calculation. So if I change this this building, one moment, why isn't it? Oh, I can't change it because I'm sorry. It's not possible to change it now. But I guess if I change it like this, not sure why it's not working. But let's create a new building in between. That's like a small building. I can change it. Oh, I'm a bit foolish. It's still dynamic, so the system reacts on what I'm doing. So, well, forget about that. I can change this design to, and I use a save output. Now I can change the building, and let's make a bigger building, and let's close this edge here like this. So let's delete this part and let's change it to the base level. Well, now we can do the same analysis again. So I go back to the noise analysis. So this is the earlier situation, and now I can do the calculation again. And what you see is that the new design will help to reduce the noise hindrance behind the building.
Wow, very cool. These are great analysis tools. It's so quick.
It's very quick, and it works well almost everywhere. And it gives you a good insight in the noise hindrance situation, and you can use it in your well, presentations to the municipality if you want. So now you have used this one. So in the first alternative, we have some red points here, and now it's green, so it's a better fence against the noise hindrance.
Cool.
So I guess that's about it. There's a lot of more information I can tell you. So for, well, the attendees who want to know more, I'm happy to give a one-on-one presentation if you want. But I guess this is for now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And this was so interesting. So many feature and all these analysis tools. I think if you guys want to give urban planning an update, an upgrade, you can check out 3D Cityplanner. Here it is. This is our page where you can find it. And if you have any questions about the type of subscription and the type of account and project, you can always give us a call. Novage is changing the way designers purchase 3D software, offering more choices, more freedom, and the advice that you can really count on just by calling us. The number is on every page of our website. So thank you again, Anne, and we're very excited to resell 3D Cityplanner because we think it's a great addition to the tools you're already using. And again, say goodbye to the boring city planning. Thanks again, and have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.